on November 15, 2017, off the coast of Argentina as that day came to an end. The submarine ARA San Juan didn't come back for its regular training and had mysteriously disappeared. This story quickly became national news, and how it developed was extremely disheartening. Let's dive into the mysterious story of the ARA San Juan. The ARA San Juan S-42 was a submarine that served in the Argentine Navy from 1985 to 2017. This underwater submarine built in West Germany had a special design and a lightweight front and back. It was launched in June 1983 and got its name from the San Juan province in Argentina. All Argentine submarines start with the letter S because it's a tradition in Argentina Navy, and the ARA part in the name is like the Navy's nickname. The name ARA San Juan is linked to older ships with a similar name, like a destroyer and a torpedo boat. The ARA in the submarine name also stands for Armada de la República Argentina in Spanish, which means that this submarine is part of the Navy of the Argentine Republic. Let's look back at the history of this submarine. Back in 1994, the Argentine submarine San Juan did something pretty amazing. During a military drill, the US Navy was trying to find San Juan, but guess what? The submarine was so good at hiding that it wasn't detected by the US Navy and went unnoticed. This was a big deal and got a lot of attention because it showed how skilled San Juan was in military drills. The submarine also took part in more military drills like UNITAS, which is a sea and in-port training conducted by the United States. Between 2008 and 2013, San Juan underwent a big transformation to enhance its appearance. During this upgrade, they did something cool. They cut the submarine in half and got the new super powerful engines and batteries replaced. This took place in a special location known as the Argentine Industrial Naval Complex's shipyards. After this upgrade, the San Juan submarine got a new job, which was stopping bad guys in the sea against illegal fishing. It also started patrolling the waters near Puerto Madryn, making sure no one was doing any illegal activities. This submarine showcased its great capabilities and adaptability. However, San Juan faced a tragic incident in 2017 when it went missing on a trip from Ushuaia to Mar del Plata after a military drill. The submarine was carrying 44 sailors, including Argentina's first female submarine officer. The submarine lost contact when it was 430 kilometers from the coast in the San Jorge Gulf. This led to a search and rescue operation because no one had heard from the submarine for several days. The submarine was on a mission, and it was known that the oxygen would last only for 7 days. This became a serious concern as time passed and the submarine remained missing. This situation highlighted the hurry to find the submarine and its crew members. Families of sailors and the public were eagerly waiting for updates on the situation, but there was no update or contact of the submarines and the 44 sailors. To add more, the weather conditions also brought many challenges to the rescue efforts. The extreme weather with 8 meters of long waves restricted the search, making it difficult for rescue teams to do their work. The Armed Forces of Argentina reported that the weather conditions wouldn't improve until November 21st. As a result, the search operations got delayed. As more time went by, the Argentina Navy became worried about the missing submarine. They called it a critical phase because the submarine had enough food and other supplies to stay alive for 2 to 3 months. But the oxygen would last only for 7 days. People started guessing that maybe the submarine was under the water when they lost contact because of the bad weather. Talking about the search area was huge, covering 482,507 square kilometers, but the challenging weather conditions, including large waves and high winds, complicated the rescue efforts. After the weather cleared, the search operation again started. Now, to support this search and rescue operation, a bunch of planes and ships from different countries started searching. The Argentina Navy got global support from countries such as the United Kingdom, Brazil, the United States, Chile, and others who are all trying to search for the lost submarine. The search operation continued for 15 days, but there were no signs of the submarine and its 44 sailors. According to the reports, the last message from the submarine said there was a problem. The water leaked into the batteries, which caused a fire. The crew managed to put out the fire but had to turn off those batteries. They kept going with the other batteries, but sadly it wasn't enough. As a result, all 44 crew members didn't make it. The Navy officials said they would figure out what happened to the Argentine submarine through an investigation. They also said they couldn't find the crew, so they stopped the rescue part and started looking at the ocean floor. This was a sad decision to make because it meant that all the 44 crew members couldn't be saved. Therefore, the search operation was now about finding the submarine itself under the water. After a year of investigation, on November 16, 2018, they finally found the ARA San Juan submarine deep in the ocean. The Norwegians, who were using a ship called Seabed Constructor, helped with this important discovery of this submarine. The Argentina government also hired them for the job. Before this, they tried to find the submarine, but it was hard because the technology wasn't advanced enough and the underwater area had lots of tricky parts called submarine canyons. But then the Seabed Constructor used a special remote-controlled machine underwater and it worked. They finally found the submarine. This discovery was a big deal because it was tough to find the wreckage of the submarine. This discovery was the end of a long and difficult investigation of searching the submarine. The officials captured the submarine in the depths of the ocean, and the photographs revealed the broken remains of the submarine that was scattered on the seabed. During a press briefing, Captain Jorge Balbi, a spokesman for the Argentine Navy, shared these close-up images of the submarine wreck. The company Ocean Infinity, which was responsible for the successful discovery, was rewarded with the amount of $7.5 million for locating the missing submarine. This is how the submarine wreckage was found, but people were still eager to know the reason behind such an accident. What was the mystery and how did the submarine explode? Whose fault was this? Previously, we have told you that there was a last message from the submarine which said that the water leaked into the batteries, which caused a fire and the submarine exploded. But let's now look in detail at what exactly happened. So, a recent report from an Argentina legislative commission has shed light on the causes behind the submarine's sinking. The report says that on the night before the submarine's disappearance, water sneaked into the ARA San Juan's ventilation system, sparking a fire in one of its battery tanks. After the submarine experienced such a problem with water getting into its system and causing fire, the submarine came up to the surface and kept going. The captain intended to go back underwater the next day to check the damage and fix the batteries, but unfortunately that was the last time anyone heard from the submarine. After there was no contact, the officials further predicted that there had been an explosion where all 44 crew members lost their lives and the submarine broke into pieces deep inside the ocean. And as a result, a year later, the wreckage was discovered inside the deep ocean, which proves this theory. But was this the only reason? Well, there are more reasons. The Legislative Commission expressed their concerns about the poor management by Defense Minister Oscar Aguad and President Mauricio Macri. They felt that these leaders didn't seem very active in dealing with the tragedy, and the Commission criticized them for not being more involved. But the main issue, according to the Commission, lies in the Navy's leadership inefficiency and budget constraints over the years. Not having enough money meant they couldn't keep the submarine's technology up to date or maintain it well. Now, to sum up, first, ARA San Juan faced a fire caused by the entry of water in battery tanks, and second, submarine got worse over time as there was not enough money for the necessary repairs and updates. These causes led to the submarine's downfall. This incident caused a lot of damage to the nation, but the families were the most affected. When the submarine disappeared, the lost crew's families were desperately looking for answers from the government, but they got no update on this situation. And did you know this situation took a dark turn when it was revealed that the Argentina intelligence agency had been spying on these crew members' families? This was such a shameful act by the government, and the families involved are now feeling even more angry that instead of helping them, the government was watching and listening to them without their permission. The head of the intelligence agency in Argentina, Cristina Camaño, found that the spies were looking at what the families were doing and saying, especially in the city where the submarine was found. She said this was wrong because the families were not criminals, but they just trying to find their loved ones. The president of Argentina has asked Cristina to make changes to the intelligence agency because it was also used to watch political opponents. The families, who have already been through a lot, are now demanding that the people responsible for the spying should go to jail. These things were not acceptable, and the families were deeply sad and frustrated. They were angry at the government for not finding the submarine quickly and for giving them false hope that turned out to be wrong, and now it was revealed that the government was spying on the families when they should have been helping them. This has made the already difficult situation even harder for the families who just wanted to know what happened to their loved ones on the submarine. The families were deeply saddened by the spy incident, but they also wanted to show some respect to the 44 crew members who lost their lives. Therefore, the family members and people of Argentina on the 5th anniversary of the ARA San Juan submarine urged the government that the 15th of November should be recognized as a national public holiday. But despite several petitions both at the local and national levels, no official action has been taken. One of the family members of the sailors highlighted that we need the people to support us and not forget the 44 people aboard the ARA San Juan. The families believe that dedicating a national holiday to this cause will unite them in honoring the memory and sacrifice of the submarine's crew. The families initiated a petition and it gathered over 19,000 signatures, but there was no response from the government to their plea. These family members and the dead crew members of the submarine deserved better. Now, talking about the submarine, the sinking of the ARA San Juan has served as a crucial lesson for Argentina's government, giving reflection on the need to improve management and resource allocation. The investigation highlighted a critical issue of the inefficiency of the Navy's leadership and budget constraints over the years. Now, the one major possible problem for the loss was the lack of funds, which further prevented the maintenance of the submarine's technology. To make things better, Argentina needs to fix how they manage money for the Navy. They should give enough funds to the Navy so they can keep their technology and ships in good shape. It's not just about repairing things, but it's about making sure the people who work in the Navy are safe and well taken care of. This means spending money wisely to keep everything up to date and properly maintained. Therefore, the nation must learn from the past to prevent a recurrence of such a devastating event. The story of Argentina ARA San Juan will be remembered as one of the major 21st century naval accidents. This naval accident can only be compared to the 2000 Kursk disaster and the Chinese submarine 361 incident. These incidents have a big impact on the world and are remembered as important moments in naval history. And with that, the sinking of the ARA San Juan submarine was a heartbreaking disaster, as all the 44 people on board lost their lives and the submarine also exploded into pieces. The deep ocean became a final resting place for the 44 crew members. The pain is unimaginable, and it gets worse because of the government spying on the crew members' families' actions and invading their privacy. This makes the suffering of those who lost their loved ones even more difficult to bear. The late crew members and their families did not deserve this treatment, and there is hope for a better system in the future. The sadness and surprise from this tragedy will stick with us, making us remember how the deep sea is full of surprises and risks. With that, I leave you. If you enjoyed this video, then I hope you'll consider leaving a like and subscribing for more content like this. And as always, thanks for watching.